Stephanie, and we've got another Crafting with Kids project for you. Today we're going to be moving on to celebrate spring and shifting from April showers to May flowers with some tissue paper flowers. So here's how. Let's make some tissue paper flowers. We're going to need a few supplies from around the house, and if you're a child, you may want a parent or an older sibling to help you. And I've got Kevin to help me. So our supplies that we need are pretty simple. We've got tissue paper. We will need something to secure the paper and some scissors. Tissue paper, you may have just kind of folded piles around the house. You may have a brand new unopened package. If you can't find any, you may track down an old gift bag. They oftentimes have some tissue paper stuffed inside, so it doesn't matter if it's a little wrinkly. We're going to be folding it anyway. So, check those closets and drawers. You might find some tissue paper hiding. So we're going to need 3 sheets at least. These over here are folded with 3 sheets, and we did some different colors so you could see their layers. So we're going to want 3 pieces. It can be the same color. It can be different. We need something that's going to secure the center, because after we fold our flower, we need it to hold together. If we don't, it'll just come unfolded. So there's a couple options. We've got, if you have them, pipe cleaners. Otherwise, if you have some wire, this is floral wire, and you can cut a length that you need. And if you don't think you have any wire, check those bread bags, because twist ties will work too. So we need tissue paper, we need some wire, and we need scissors, because once we fold, we're going to need to cut and kind of shape the ends of our flower. So let's get started. I've got a couple of pieces that are already pretty much the same size. I've got my orange and my purple here, but I want 3 layers at least. So I'm going to grab yellows on top here. And if I take a sheet, most tissue paper, if it hasn't been cut, is kind of in a sometimes square, but usually a rectangle. So if it's not the exact size we need, we can layer them up. And I'm just going to kind of line them up. It's okay if the edges aren't perfect, because again, we're going to shape and either point or curve or fringe those edges, so it'll get covered up in the end. But I'm going to try to make my yellow piece close to the same size as my orange and my purple. It's okay if you use a square, but mine is just going to be a rectangle. So I'm going to fold my yellow over my purple and orange to give me a line that I can cut on. So I'm going to cut, and tissue paper is pretty delicate, so it's pretty easy to cut. Once we get more layers, it gets a little thicker, a little harder to work with, but it's okay. I'm gonna just stack this over here. Sorry, Kevin, I'm gonna clear some space so you can see too. And once I've got my layers, I'm gonna put yellow on top. I've got purple, orange, yellow. And we're gonna fold these. It's called an accordion fold or a fan. If you've ever seen a fan that opens up, that's handheld, they kind of have pleats. So we're going to have that same pattern that we are making, alternating pleats. And we have to grab all of our layers. So if you have 3 layers, 4 layers, 5 layers of tissue, we're folding the entire set together. And depending on how long yours is, you want to start on the shorter edge. If it's a square, you can start on either side. But if you've got a rectangle like me, I want to start on this shorter piece so that I get more folds out of it. So I'm just going to turn up my bottom edge so I can now see my purple piece. And I'm going to come up about 1 inch. It can be 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And I'm just going to press that into a fold. Now I'm going to pick up my whole stack, turn it over so my purple is on top, and start a fold the other way. And it's going to be, you can see on the side, the same width. And I'm just going to keep going back and forth. So pick up my project, yellow's on top again, and fold another pleat of purple. You can kind of get into a rhythm with this. It's fun. And we can see our little pleats are starting to form. That's our accordion or our fan. So we're going to end up doing this for the entire length of the project. And it's okay if your folds aren't exactly perfect. We just kind of want to keep it straight. So you can see where your fold is and the edge of your paper. We don't want it to be a crazy diagonal, but just kind of eyeball it and keep that line. And depending on how large of a piece or your square or your rectangle is, you may have a lot of flipping back and forth like me. But it looks like I have one more fold, Kevin, and then we're ready for the next step. So we went from big rectangle to a little folded mess. This is what the fan looks like. If we open it up, you can see our pleats. Now this is where we need that piece of wire or our pipe cleaner or our twist tie, because if I start to try to fluff this out and make it full like my flowers, it's just going to open back up, and my folding was for naught. So before I try to tie it together, I'm going to fold it, match my two edges so that I know I'm getting the center of my flower. If I don't fold it and just kind of eyeball it, one side may end up a little bit bigger. So press kind of where that midpoint is, and now I'm just going to use my twist tie because it's handy right here. And wrap that around the middle. I don't really want to pinch the tissue paper too much, so I may have to shift it, but I'm just going to twist my wire in place, and that's going to help hold my folds. We have had people make tissue flowers before. If you absolutely cannot find wire or a twist tie or a pipe cleaner, you can use string, or you can also put a staple right in the middle, just in that center point, and that can help hold your layers together. So now I have something that's holding my folds for me, and I want to shape my ends. And I've got just a slight overlap. My yellow looks like it was maybe a little bit bigger, and orange is on this side. But I'm going to cut mine. I think I'll do curves because I like kind of that rounded petal shape. So this is where, if you're cutting, depending on the kind of scissors you're using, you may not be able to cut through this many layers at once. It can be kind of thick. But you can just separate a couple of the folds and do them one or two at a time, and you get the same effect. So I'm going to just cut that end curve, and I'm making a rounded point. And you end up with a little scrap. And I'm going to go to my next set and round them off, maybe. And I can open it up and see, okay, it made some folds. This one, first one I cut looks a little shallow. The yellow didn't get cut, so I can always just update that one, give it an extra little trim. And if you don't like the rounded edges, we also have points. And then this side, we've got fringe. So you can kind of play around if you like the different shapes. You can even leave it squared off if you want. You don't have to trim it at all. We just liked the curves. So I'm going to curve this end the same way and just kind of trim a round shape on the end of my folds. Move my trash. So again, I'm going to open up my fan and check it out. Does it look good, Kevin? Looks good. So now I'm ready to fluff. And this is my favorite part. This is where you might want to slow down because this is layer by layer of tissue, and it can be delicate. So we're going to end up separating each layer and kind of trying to fold it up towards that center. So you're going to use both hands and just kind of gently separate them and raise that top layer toward the middle. And this is going to make the individual layers of our flower. And it's okay if it tears or rips at this stage. Tissue paper is delicate, and tape is very forgiving. We've used tape before and kind of just patched a hole or reattached a tip that got ripped off, and you pretty much don't notice it if you do have a repair. So it's okay if it rips, we can fix it. So I'm going to do the same thing for my orange layer and fold it up towards that center. And I'm going to actually hold on to that little tail end of my twist tie so I can fluff. And I've got a start of half of my flower is fluffed, and you can see where it was tied in the center, and then my fan that hasn't been unfolded yet. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Lots of fluffing. The more layers of tissue paper that you use, I've got my 3 colors here, but if you use 4 or more, it gets much fuller. This one has 4 layers of red, so you can see the layers get closer together when you fluff them, and I've got a little space between mine because there's not as many. So it's just up to you how many layers you want to use. It does take a little longer to fluff if you have more layers though. And we're almost there. And then there's my purple. And now I can kind of just play with it a little, see how I like it. Okay, Kevin, what do you think? Kevin, what a great flower you made. How did you do that? So that's how you make a tissue flower. Kevin here's got our fringe edge and I've got a round one, and we hope that you play around and make some Mayflowers of your own and share them with us too. And we'll see you next time.